Well, how's it going, Kingsmen? Welcome back to another NTW3 battle. Now, a couple things before we kind of start, and the reason I just started the replay as soon as it started, or start recording, I'm messing around with reshaders, so things may look a little bit different. You guys can give me your input, and I can screw around with it. There's a lot of stuff I can change. It's kind of cool, but I don't want to obviously take it too far, because, I mean, not like the videos ever look terrible, but you know, it's like, it could look kind of cool. Who knows? I gotta screw around with it a little more. Can do a little bit to make it more realistic or make it more vibrant. Who knows? But let's get on to the battle itself. So, another clan battle, guys. This one between the Napoleonics and the IZ clan. I'm going to pull up the stats here for where the clan's standing is in this Season 3. And you can see the Napoleonics, they're at 19 as of right now. Now, there's been several games. They haven't adjusted it. It's once a week. But they are definitely at the top still. And they're going against the IZ clan. Now, IZ clan is on the left, second to bottom. So you can see where the standing is between the two. However, that being said, this battle was quite intense, especially when I began checking out all the kills on each side and the deaths on each side. I was like, oh man, there's no way I'm not covering this between the people who are in first and the people who are not in first. I guess is the way to say it. Now, these are Second Coalition clans, or corps, my apologies. We have on the French side, you have a Saint-Cyr, a Bonaparte, a Brune, and Le Cab. Now that I know Bonaparte is an 11, Brune I believe is an 8 or a 6, Le Cab I think is a 9, Saint-Cyr I think is a 6, or I may be totally wrong, guys. They didn't post the numbers, the points, so unfortunately, you know, I'd have to go and do extra research, which I'm not gonna lie, didn't really feel like doing. Just gonna say that. Just didn't feel like doing it. Sorry. But we have on the coalition side, you have the HRE. The 10-point Meles? No. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna even try to figure that one out either. 8-point Helder. So they're right next to this HRE. Next to them is going to be Nundorf, I believe, 9-point HRE, and then Suvorov, 9-pointer in the back. Now, we have seen Suvorov do quite well in past battles, so I'm excited to see where they take themselves today. They are the reinforcing army. They have just a ton of infantry, mostly Grens, but we have seen the guys, they are the melee, hard-hitting shock faction or core of this battle. At least that's how they've been played in the past, so I'm excited to see them take that on again today. Obviously, the HRE have a lot of mass here. Ooh, that's not rendering very well. You have Helder with a lot of infantry. In fact, Helder has 2,726 men, largest army on the field to date. Now, this is the map Lupao, or Lapao. Not historical to these cores, I believe, but all these cores, obviously, this is you know, the time period after the Egyptian campaign, when all those you know, like the Duke of York, and I can't remember the other, wherever he's Duke elsewhere, but the same time as the battle 2 days ago that I posted, or the 2 replays back. Same campaign. Seems very popular. A lot of people taking it. Now, we do have the French taking up position here in the town. And also, just a reminder, we have yet again this network of communications. Very crucial to keeping LSCs and winning by LSC advantage if all else fails. The French have formed up, trying to garrison the town as quickly as possible. The HRE, you're gonna have to make an assault here. Artillery is gonna be setting up, it looks like. More artillery already firing from the French. The real question is, where is old Boney? Where is the Bonaparte himself? Not there, that's not him. Got here. You reserve? Is he like the reserve army? Maybe this guy? Nope. Alright, well, where's the last one? Where's the last general? He's probably in the town. Probably, yep, this, I bet you this is Bonaparte right here. Yep, there's old Boney. Old Bonaparte himself. So he's garrisoning the town. He has the largest, strongest army out of all the corps. Obviously, it's Bonaparte, you know. It would be amiss if we didn't have him garrisoning the town or being closest to the enemy and having the strongest corps. And he's got some grenadiers and such pushing around. This is a Russian map, I think. Just not totally sure. Maybe just I've seen so many Russian corps play on this map. We still are seeing the coalition forming up here. They have not made any advance yet. They probably want Suvorov to get there. You can see Suvorov pushing down here. I'm expecting Suvorov. I'm going to keep an eye on them because I think they're going to be heading up any assault that is going to be made. I totally expect to see them go in first with the other factions in support. I wouldn't be surprised if Helder's kind of going to be, with the amount of infantry they have, they're probably going to try to just distract, soak up damage. Maybe one of the HRE going in with Suvorov to support. Maybe not. I don't know. Suvorov shifting over to the left flank now. Maybe they're going to ignore Bonaparte. Or maybe York and HRE. Helder and HRE gonna fight Bonaparte and let him make an attack on them. You can see he set up artillery, 10-pounders, firing into the town, getting some nice hits on that infantry. You have more HRE pushing up to Helder's left. We actually have a Helder advance. And maybe the colors are too vibrant. You guys tell me for a future video. I can tone back colors if like the greens are too much. And the real question is, do you guys want it to look more realistic? Because it'd be less vibrant colors, I feel like, which I could definitely do. Or maybe a mix of both. Maybe I should just take off shaders and just leave it as it is. I did a cartoon reshade, which actually makes it more realistic, takes away some of the extra too much shininess that sometimes goes in this game. Sometimes the muskets just are super glinty, shiny, like they're silver. Got the men reloading the artillery. I believe, yeah, another artillery firing here. They're loading actually quite fast. Look at that. Already firing. Love it, thunder. I don't know where they fired. Now, you can see Helder actually taking advantage of the terrain. Always good to zoom in and see what terrain favors you, because artillery will not be able to hit you if you're in a ditch, which is exactly what Helder's doing. They have hid their troops, their cavalry, and everything in this sheltered area, and you see artillery just whizzing overhead, totally missing them. Entirely missing. Oh, oops. Bumped my reshade button. My apologies. Trying to get an overall view here of the battle. Suvorov shifting more dead center. Oh, you know, I've seen these light infantry do amazing in the past. I've seen them do really well. I'll be curious to see how they do today. He does have artillery. He can be pushing for... Oh, no, he doesn't have artillery. That's Helder artillery. And both sides are kind of taking it slower still. The French definitely have gotten all their troops up, even if some are marching along this road. That's the nice thing the French have. They have a road of communications, I would call it, or a road of transport, a quick transport for the reserves to shuffle back and forth as needed. And it's far enough away from the center line of this battle that, you know, it will be challenge. It'll be a challenge. The coalition, if they are going to attack, which I'm assuming they will, they're going to have to attack quickly, make it a rapid attack. Man, look at this coalition line, though. You're cap charging. Oh, we have cavalry. Some dragoons sneaking in, getting some chasseurs cheval from France. More cavalry on the flank. Oh, some hussars. That's pretty looking uniforms. Those are hussars, I believe. But, yeah, those dragoons will get out there in time. These guys are not going to catch them. Infantry trying to scare away the cavalry. I think I will turn down the colors a little bit. I feel like the saturation is a little bit high. I feel like it's a little high. I mean, it kind of looks pretty, but, you know. Both sides aren't really pushing too much. Now we may see the 11-pointer push up on the left. It does look like he's doing that, cavalry and infantry. I'm assuming he's pushing up squarables with some cavalry in support. And you can see the Austrian, or the, almost did it, the HRE gonna pull back even more. They do not want to lose cavalry for no reason. They have adjusted their line. They could go all the way to this river and probably be pretty safe. Doesn't seem like anyone's done anything yet. I am assuming that the coalition are still looking for a gap. However, actually, I stand corrected. We do have an advance. The whole left flank is advancing. Oh, man. Talk about a left flank attack. Like an entire flank moving, not even... And I'm assuming they're going to have, yeah, Helder's pushing up the center. This is a very coordinated push, it would appear. You have Helder pushing up to kind of engage that center line. Not a lot pushing up, keep in mind. Ooh, we have a cavalry charge against the dragoons from the HRE. France charging in their dragoons. HRE actually may sandwich this cavalry. Ooh, actually not looking too good. France definitely seems to be winning this one, and they do break them, but maybe they'll break as well. More dragoons getting pursued as France is really pushing for that flank. We still have the coalition pushing forward here. France actually pulling back his line. He does not probably like how this looks on the flank. A lot of cavalry, though, from France, so the coalition will have to be a little bit cautious. I'm sure they're going to have cavalry to be defensive. Not only that, though, but the squarables being on the flank, France will not be able to make a devastating attack. They're just going to slow down the coalition, maybe, if they do charge them with cavalry, but there's a lot of infantry getting ready to push forward here. The first wave is some HRE, and it looks like light infantry with some musketeers, probably for a little bit of support if they do get charged by cavalry or infantry. But they can start spitting out the fire. We do have skirmishers, though, on the flank to harass them. They got to watch out also for the artillery, horse artillery rushing forward for France. Nothing really happening here, but we do have Helder making a push as well. So two fronts, or we see a coordinated push while HRE kind of hold fast here. Looks like actually maybe scaring Bonaparte back, and maybe Bonaparte is reacting to the Allies being pushed so hard here, because you see troops shuffling, using that road to quickly mobilize to the right flank for France. I do like how this push is going for the coalition at the moment, but like I said, guys, artillery is shifting over to this side. That is going to be something they're going to have to suffer through or deal with quickly. That was a lucky miss on that artillery. But you see, yeah, the artillery is turning to fire. This is where Helder may come in crucial. A crucial point in their attack, being hit them from this side and this side. Artillery's not going to focus on both. Maybe cavalry sneaks in here. No, that's infantry right there. They'll have to push up a line here first. But, yep, more infantry starting to focus this area for France. They are shuffling all reserves to the right flank. These reserves probably will get peeled off to deal with Helder if they do make an advance. And if Bonaparte does... Oh, shoot, I totally missed the cav engagement. Dang it. All right, so it looks like, yeah, HRE charged in, 2 squares were formed, they broke. But HRE are pushing in. They're probably going to try to put some pressure on this town to distract from the engagement that's probably being made. I do see Suvorov pushing a lot to the right flank for the French. I guess the coalition's left flank, though. Maybe going to try to make an attack. The LOC will be difficult, though. I will expect the French definitely have a garrison. We saw that earlier. That is going to be something the Suvorov Corps will have to probably attack if they're going to go for that left flank. I'm assuming he's preparing for that. HRE shuffling forward with them. You have Helder pushing up a couple units. It's distracting that artillery piece, or both artillery pieces, I'm assuming. And notice that the coalition have pulled back from that artillery piece. It's not going to be as damaging as it otherwise would have been. And it's keeping the French guessing where the next attack is coming from. And also considering that more infantry are showing up every minute. Here we go. We have, looks like an artillery piece being pushed forward. 2 artillery pieces being pushed forward. Infantry trying to react to Suvorov. They're forming a front line and getting the reserves in position against Suvorov. And not the greatest terrain for that artillery. Yeah, there's a hill in the way. The artillery would be better suited. Yeah, that's not really a good spot unless they go far right flank, but Suvorov's pushing that direction already. You know what? This hill right here would be beautiful. Look at that. Right here. Perfect shot at all that Suvorov infantry. See, France is really focused on Suvorov. They're shifting even more to that flank. Brassiers from the HRE getting focused by artillery, but they are shifting over maybe to support here, but does look like Suvorov's going to once again pull towards the center. Maybe they're trying to juke the French, you know, maybe they're pulling a juke, like trying to force them to throw troops that way, and then they're going to go on an angle, which I believe is like a Prussian strategy of like advancing and all of a sudden cutting to like a right or left angle to attack the enemy. They're not expecting it. We have cavalry over here, looks like. Some hussars getting charged by the French. Ooh, this is not gonna go well for them. Ripper's slowing down all of this cavalry. And they may break. We'll see. They've gotten away. HRE still having made a little bit of ground. They've captured a little bit of ground on this town. Helder is shifting some troops. Looks like maybe to support a town attack, a village attack. Is that a town or a village? No. And once again, Suvorov's relocating. Ooh, probably that's why. 4 grenadiers getting just shot up by artillery. He's definitely faster, guys. That's the thing. He is fast. You saw how he pulled back from here all the way to over. Like, he's already pushing towards the center of the left flank. And all his French infantry's not formed up, so maybe he's going to make an attack. Now, if he does, and maybe what Suvorov wants, they push up all over here, Suvorov probably would turn around and attack. So we do have a cavalry charge, taking out some skirmishers. There's a cavalry engagement in the way back, it looks like. And this French unit's about to run into another... where'd they go? Huh. Maybe they're not. And they're really trying to kill this Hussar unit. Goons cannot make it though. There's a lot more strategy rolling through this. You can make it obvious both sides, because it's a tournament. You know, no one's trying to make super high risk stakes unless the stakes become very high. There's still time left in this battle for the enemy to make a mistake on either side. With 38 minutes remaining, both sides are kind of trying to be patient, trying to figure out a strategy. I can only imagine what the VC in the Discord sounded like during this battle. And there's constant redeployment of forces, relocation. You do have a French scouting force. They got it. I'm sure the coalition would love to be able to try to push this scouting sortie back. And I think we have a French army advancing here. I hear the drums. They're probably pushing this flank. I don't think that's wise for France, but we'll see if they end up making that decision. We have the French pushing again to the left flank as the HREs start making an attack. Reinforcements being shuffled right back again. It seems like the coalition keep attacking and jabbing at, kind of feeling out the enemy defense, and then they see how the French react. The French reinforce it again and again. I mean, don't be wrong, they need to reinforce this. The HRE definitely outnumber this French defense. Nice light infantry, though. Man, why do you not want to load? Helder has a lot still in reserve, guys. He's just pushing forward a couple troops at a time, just trying to be a distraction, or at least demonstration in the center. I think he's just trying to demonstrate enough to keep the French busy, so they have to keep focusing stuff on this center attack. I mean, he is definitely getting hit pretty hard by artillery, though. Now, maybe this will work. He's going to probably sit underneath this hill. Maybe the artillery won't be able to hit him unless they go to canister. Oh, it does break the 9th. You just hear the computer, the game thinks the battle's lost. Canister is becoming quite brutal for this 55th. Yeah, Helder's gonna have to, Hold that thought. We have a cav charge. HRA taking losses. They do have cavalry of their own, hussars, to be defensive. They do have some square bulls as well, so I guess we will see.
Our general is under attack.
Who's general? I have some artillery. Oh, man. Okay, France is about to hit a square here, though. And they hit a square. Cavalry may break. Another cav unit breaks, but still 3 units from the HRE have broke. That French counterattack did well. Now, I'm assuming, I bet you they're going to try to farm these cav down so they don't come back. Because that was some very good cav, and obviously you saw how damaging it was to this HRE army. So they're probably going to try to farm them down. Maybe some of their infantry will come back. That counterattack was quite brutal. You have to farm them down, make sure they're not just shaken. but absolutely destroyed. Ooh, I suspect we're gonna have a French attack going on right here. With Suvorov repositioning, Helder's in a precarious situation. And I'm seeing some columns from France advancing. We definitely are seeing a counterattack or an attack. Nah, it's a counterattack. Helder kind of pushed forward. We'll see how well France performs in this attack. Helder has some fresh reserves. Cavalry charging in on the 20th. The cavalry as well engaging here, getting stopped by some dragoons from the HRE. Oh, artillery really focusing on all this cavalry here from France, as that's very detrimental to them. Oh man, look at this. The Pontius Pilate bodyguards, an excellent unit to be able to stand their ground against the French, but they are just pushing up in mass. And Helder has a reserve. I'm not worried that they're going to crumble and fall, and they are really dishing out the damage onto France, but pretty soon here they're going to start suffering as the regiments are larger for France. Over here, HRE in total retreat here, probably just trying to make sure they don't get outflanked by this advancing French army. France uses the road to quickly try to get as close as they can to him. And he's wisely pulling back as best he can. Artillery gonna start focusing in this gap. This is a huge, you can see in the minimap, a bulge in the line. And Suvorov is desperately needed. First of many bayonet charges.
Orders understood.
Nice volley as Helder's trying to face his attack head on, try to keep them from breaking their line. They just got to hold on a little bit longer. Suvorov's almost there, guys. This is a rush against time. Can Helder hold it out for another 30 seconds to a minute for Suvorov to get in the battle? Not even. I mean, man, his first units are just in it. And this is where France, they definitely see the Suvorov is here. They got to make a big decision. Are they going to pull back so Suvorov can't catch them, or are they going to commit to this fight? Square gets formed as some dragoons charge in against the HRE. France is still trying to be aggressive against this HRE flank. In the center, he's made kind of a shooting range, but now Suvorov's getting into this fight. Or I should say about to get into this fight. Cavalry charging in, getting stopped by a square. I don't see France attack anywhere else. In fact, he's shuffling more troops into a reserve line here. And Helder did it. They held, and Suvorov now, you can almost hear the oorah. I don't know actually if Suvorov would say that. They're Russian. They're Russian. They would. Musketeers, grenadiers. Oh man. France is about to feel the wrath of a Suvorov faction. As we have that first grenadier unit looking to be pitting themselves against light infantry. And there they go. First of what I would assume is many charges. Now we do have cavalry charge again. Choosing wisely who to charge. The musketeers cannot form square. They're also going to flank though. Go for those grenadiers. France is pulling back here. It does look like a nice charge by the HRE, counterattacking, putting pressure on France, because France, you can assume, is probably going to want to pull back. Looking at the grand scope of things, they are going to do a fighting retreat, trying to use their cavalry to save the line. 2 units already breaking against those grenadiers. Suvorov is in the fight now. Helder can start pushing on the flank, which he is doing. They can still hold tight on that left side. And the HRE actually counterattacking as France is being forced to pull back to kind of keep their flank in one piece, or keep their line in one piece and not get outflanked. We may still have France making a counterattack against the HRE. The HRE are not super strong on this flank. He's gonna form a square. No, he's gonna pull back. Cavalry was gonna stop him. He does form a square. Helder is pushing up to keep in line with Suvorov as they are making an attack. France has managed to pull back. Well done. They pulled back without losing a lot of their army against the Suvorov onslaught. But still, Suvorov has troops close enough maybe to make impact. Obviously, this attack could still fail. Suvorov charging directly into the French. The French have a lot of cavalry and infantry, as you can see. Can make a very disastrous attack now. The question is the Hussars going to attack this line infantry? Or are they trying to get their infantry back? Or their cav back? I think they are. The French guns are still going to be a problem here. You can see they're going to start canistering this line infantry. If the French want to make their stand, they got to keep those guns alive. As soon as they lose those guns, I think they will be unable to make their stand. Now, maybe they actually, no, they can still make their stand, I think. Looks like we have an attack being made in the town now. Dragoons followed up by maybe some infantry. Squares formed by some grenadiers. But they do break one line. Uh-oh. I see guns getting charged. The guns! And those guns are gonna break. Oh, that's unfortunate. And now Suvorov sees a weakness. This is definitely a weakness in the line. They can go straight into melee. The buildings, man, the buildings are gonna make it so difficult for France to actually keep this fight going with their numbers. I mean, Suvorov can run around buildings and they can't really flank them that easily. Dragoons break, but still, it was enough to really let Suvorov get into a melee. And I'm watching here, we got a ton of HRE cavalry massing up against this French line. And there they go, a square does get formed, but they do harass this side at the same time, pushing up some grenadiers in the town. They're just shooting out with the French and actually doing a beautiful job forcing them back. France needs to figure out their next plan, which actually, as I say that, it looks like they do. They're reforming their line, ignoring the Suvorov attack. They have a new line of firepower here. No guns. I mean, they do have some right here, but Suvorov looks like he's going to make a commitment to this attack. Keep an eye out for this cuirassier. I would imagine he's going to impact this line. You see the gap. Follow him in. Oh, a volley. Devastating volley, but still the cuirassiers still make impact with that line. A rally gets popped. Keep them in the fight. And now Helder and Suvorov start pushing forward. French line starts to cave. Helder in the town. HRE charging in. His first charge does get repulsed. With the Grenadiers, cavalry, I mean, are probably trying to flank around. Maybe try to get some back charges. Suvorov is going in for the LOC as that will help them establish a foothold in the town a little more easily. Cuirassiers still in the fight. Helder pushing in to try to maybe get some volleys off on this French Dragoon that is trying to break this cuirassier unit, and they do break them. And Suvorov is into melee with the French army. There goes that cavalry harassing this French army. Line of tree getting charged by the French. But things are not looking too good at this point. I'm seeing a lot of French starting to break.
The men of the peak are much rested.
Now we do have Helder and the HRE pushing this left flank. As you see, there's not a lot of troops here. They're going to try to put pressure, force them to keep those reserves desperately needed in the center on that left flank. At least I'm assuming Or maybe they're going to angle and throw everything into the center attack. French charging some musketeers. More musketeers in melee, but getting absolutely flanked with some fire from the French. So Helder's going to push up to support that flank as they're getting shot up in that melee. HRE are still pushing up. France has called a retreat from the town. Got to keep an eye on this HRE cavalry. They could use it to just collapse and cause a lot of havoc in the back lines for the French. And here we go. Look at this angle to then press into the center. Helder and the HRE keeping these French units in line. Suvorov actually taking some heavy losses here. Thankfully, there's a little bit of reserves to help them in this fight, but they have definitely, you see, a lot of their troops are breaking. This attack will probably be costly for him. I mean, it already has been. Crosshairs being sent in again. They're active, so you know that actually could be that a little bit huge. They can bind up this flank long enough for Helder to deal with this, and with the reserves from Helder being pushed into the center, this is just where they need them. Oh, they just need to be a little quicker as Suvorov running low on manpower. HRE though, man, they've totally collapsed this flank. Oh, and there we go. The back charge from the 10-pointer. That's going to cause so much havoc in the back lines that these infantry from HRE be able to push forward, probably sandwich this French line. France is going to go for a bayonet charge, it looks like. They have canister firing. Oh, that's going to be devastating. We do have cavalry, though, looking to be going for the guns. Nope, not yet. Oh, they broke. Bummer. This is going to be a tough fight. Tough fight for the coalition. With those guns sitting facing them down, they're getting charged with the bayonet. HRE may need help from Helder. But I think the coalition are looking good. They have collapsed this flank. The center is weakened. And with that flank engaging them, they're not going to be able to counterattack and take on that right flank of Helder. HRE do have a huge mass route. This is why these troops are probably being moved from the 8-pointer. See if the guns can be bayonet charged. Oh no, they're not going to make it, are they? Oh, the canister, no! Oh no. Dang, man. Oh, the bravery, they continue on. This LLC is still held. Grenadiers probably will try next, but Suvorov has a couple units left, and that's it. HRE has cavalry in the back lines for France. If you look, guys, it is really not looking good for France. He has a couple units in the center, but cavalry from the HRE, it just keeps breaking them in mass. And there's so much more of it just hovering on the flank. France has to constantly look over their shoulder to make sure they're not about to get charged yet again in the rear. Despite this big loss by the HRE, they still have units in the back. They do take an LOC in the town, finally taking it. France is stubbornly defending this LOC to the last. Oh, did I mention who was who? Did I mention that? Napoleonics are French, by the way. IZ is a coalition. I don't think I mentioned that, so my apologies. Maybe I'll put like in text at the beginning of the video when I edit this, so you guys just to see the points maybe, or I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably do that. That way the stakes are higher, because obviously now it looks like the coalition are wins. So IZ is about to beat this clan with the most wins in this clan tournament so far. What I want to know is, where is Napoleon? He has some explaining to do. He's probably standing his ground in the town still. No, where is he? Oh, there he is. Playing yourself, Napoleon. Alright, well, this little group from Napoleon's last army is probably going to pull back across the river as best they can. The remainder of the French are making their stand with their artillery and just getting ridiculously a lot of kills with the canister. It's absolutely brutal. That canister's about to break the fourth. Unless they break first, they're losing manpower. Oh no. Another one. Ah. Firing so fast. The French guns in this corps are so good. They're gonna fire again. Oh, or maybe not. Are they breaking? Yep, they broke. Whew, just in time. Alright guys, so what does it mean? What does all this mean? Them taking this 2-pointer. Well, it means they, you know, have a clear line of communications unless the French take right here, or take this one, or intercept over here. Can you see? They have a 3-pointer, they have this one, they have this one. Now, they're going to be pushing up to this one. They have that road of communications. They have the LOC advantage right now. There is still 15 minutes remaining, but France is definitely on what I would say is their last leg. I am not going to be surprised if this ends up being a death match, not an LOC match. But we'll see. If the French make a stand to fight, maybe they will, as they see LOCs are, you know, definitely not in their favor. Either way, what a comeback for the IZ clan. I mean, I know a bunch of guys in the IZ clan. They're really good players, but they were at 0, guys. And then they went from 0 to beating the Napoleonics, who are the top of the scoreboard right now. So a striking turn of events. And the question is this the comeback for IZ? Is this their final breaking free from the loss streak they've had? Well, I guess we'll find out in future replays. Definitely be a contender if they keep up like they are right now. I mean, I don't know how many games are left in the season. I think it goes till December, so I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. They have another month. No, that's possible. They have another month. If they got a game in every day and one every week and one every game, they could take it. They can still take this. Suvorov sending in some grenadiers over here, trying to throw the French out of this LOC as well. Melas, I think, is that 10-pointer. He did well. He did well in this town. I mean, constant pressure. I believe his cavalry plus infantry in melee really broke. Oh, is he fighting Napoleon? Now he's just fighting a... Oh, it's a general v general. Oh, come on. And that's that French army down for the count. Another French army. Wait, where's Napoleon? Is he in the town? Or in that... Is he in here?
We've taken the building, sir.
Or did he just run? Ooh, Napoleon ran. I'm just kidding. Oh, he did run. Whoops. He doesn't look too happy. What have I done? What has happened? How have I been beaten? Run, Napoleon. Run to fight another day. Alright, this is definitely be a deathmatch victory for the IZ clan. One last cav charge from these hussars. I love the uniforms of these hussars. Hit the fast forward button as it's just this little last group of French men. But well played, man. I'll talk about the maneuvering, guys. The maneuvering, the constant. I mean, I thought the engagement was going to happen on the left, and then I was like, oh, it's going to happen over here in the center, and then, oh, it's going to happen on the right side of the town, and nope, it ended up happening right here, and you notice it was caused by the French attack and not the coalition's attack. The coalition just counterattacked the French. There's one unit left. I'm just going to skip to the end, guys, so we can get the results here of this battle. So you can see on the scoreboard here, a victory for the IZ clan. Well played to them. You can see Lordz, who was playing the Suvorov, he got 1106 for the kills, but man, look at those losses. 896, and he had 1222 for the men, so you know that's 75% losses, or roughly around there. You have TT Ross, he was playing Helder, 1672 for the kills. Well played. He got the most kills, and I think he played very well, being able to support his allies' attacks or defense. You have Sim. He was playing the Nunendorf, 871. Then you have Chain playing as Melas, 1569 for the kills. Other side, $sign. He was playing Sincere, 617 for the kills. Arjun's playing as Bonaparte with 1373. You have Isaias playing as Brune, 753, and then Casual playing as Lecob, 968 for the kills. Now, this is going to keep the Napoleonics in the tournament at 19, or, I mean, it's probably higher than that now. They've had, like I said, they've had other games this week, and they've had some more wins, I believe. So, but still, IZ now will at least have one. I'm tying with the GR clan, and, you know, I'm expecting high things from the IZ now. I'm expecting a lot of wins. Because that was a pretty good win, so expecting a lot. No, I'm just kidding. But still, very enjoyable game. Really liked it. Glad to see some other clans winning some games. And I feel like I've seen other clans win, though. It's not been the Napoleonics only. So, but anyway, guys, that will be the battle, the replay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments what you think of the reshades. I will probably still mess around with them. I think it was a little too vibrant colored. I may try to go for a more realistic feel. But as always, guys, thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. The comments, likes on the videos, all of you who have subscribed, helping by supporting the channel. It's just getting my name more out there. The more people that subscribe, comment, like. So I appreciate it. Yeah, until next time, guys, you guys have a great Easter day. Stay safe. And as always, I will catch you all in another video.